How to write an introduction for a research paper. No matter if your introduction is for a term paper, thesis, or the next article in the science journal, you have come to the right place, because this video will help you write the best possible introduction for your academic paper. You will get a 7-part step-by-step guide to introduce the topic of your scientific work and to arouse a certain interest in the reader for the following content. You should definitely avoid retelling your abstract when writing your introduction. Rather, it is necessary to introduce the augmentation of your paper. The introduction of your paper should be just like the conclusion, partly on a meta level. Explain your choices and give justification for them. Reader, along with this structure, what is the context of your work, why it is relevant, what is the current state of research on your topic, what is the problem with this current state, and how you are trying to approach a solution, what contribution will this solution provide. I suggest you following these 7 steps. Number 1, establish the context of your work. Probably the most obvious reason to write an introduction, write some societal content, very brief. If your topic is very popular in the media, you don't need to start completely from scratch. Use some seminal scientific papers as references to strengthen this section. Name and explain core concepts. Once you have placed your topic in a larger context, you can immediately narrow it down. You can now distinguish your topic from related domains. Always make sure that you formulate the language carefully and clearly. Step number 2 is explain relevance and motivation. Use some statistics. You can support the relevance of your topic, but make sure to use newspaper or statistical portals with a high reputation. Do a mini literature review now that you have proven that your topic is relevant to be researched. Step number 3 is identify a research problem. In which aspects of your topic have already been studied by whom? What has been left out? Is there conflicting evidence? If you have carefully read the current research literature, you can identify a research problem by answering those questions to yourself and then to the readers. So step 4, normally define the goal of your work. At this point, you should express what exactly you want to achieve. So we want to address the previously identified research problem, defining specific research question. A research question should never be answerable with yes or no. Step 5, which describes the procedure of your research, the introduction of your paper or thesis, should definitely consider this point, as well as a short description of your method, the examples of scientific methods that you are following, survey experiments, other computational data analysis, content analysis, so literature reviews, interviews, etc. If your work is limited to literature or it is purely a conceptual, this is not a problem at all. Step 6, so we have to write a contribution statement that follows the research question and the method. You have one last chance to convince your reader of the importance of your work, but how you contributes to the literature, or even better, how does it contribute to the theory. If you use the theory in your work, it should of course be explained in your mini literature review, and it can be incorporated in your research question. So in your contribution statement, that you should have to distinguish between that theoretically and practical contribution. 7th step, that defines the outline, the structure. So last but not the least, you give the reader a roadmap so they can prepare as for the following pages in concise words. You explain the steps you will take in the following chapters. You can name the individual chapters and their numbering. However, the small section, it should not be a monotonous enumeration. Rather, orient yourself to the argumentation that should make up your work. Usually 2 to 3 sentences are sufficient for this bonus tip that is missing. So, and the main key to success is that, so while writing your introduction at the very end, so after completing your main work, implementation, everything, you should write your introduction part at the very end. Thanks for watching the video. Meet you in the next video. Till then, it's goodbye from Vijay.